Hey guys, Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for My Hero Academia Season 2, Episode 22. And right off the bat, if there's anything I learned from this episode is that teamwork was key. Okay, the beginning scene, I want to talk about this beginning scene with Asumi and Tokoyami versus Ectoplasm. If there's anything I learned from that first battle, it's that as far as her importance to the cast goes, it's funny how Asui we know Asui's a supporting character. We know that she's basically a side character. She's there to provide support to the main cast. But what's funny is that the writers like Bones, Horikoshi, all these people, they took advantage of that fact that she's a supportive character by saying that her strongest quality in a team is to provide guidance. And to provide guidance, whether that be emotional, physical, whatever. But to those that are weak, both hero and civilian alike. So, yeah, it's funny how they took that whole thing of being a supporting character and actually made it seem actually important in the grand scheme of things. Because I do know that a lot of the times with shonen, the supporting characters kind of just stay. I guess it would be. I guess stay in the supporting role. They don't really do. Like they do the occasional thing that stands up, but they don't do a lot, and they do end up falling to the wayside. And I know people are gonna hate on me for this, but as much as I love Naruto, for instance, that seemed to be the series' main weakness, is that a lot of the supporting cast did kind of fall to the wayside. There were a lot of good epic moments they had. There were a lot of small epic moments, I guess they had, but other than that, yeah, a lot of times the shonen genre does seem to kind of toss its characters to the wayside, whereas here, Asui is a supporting character. Asumi and Tokoyami are supporting characters, but at the same time, they were given the right kind of spotlight. So I can't really blame it for that, to be honest with you. In fact, I love it for that. Also, as we may as well get to the big heat of it, Yaoyarozu and Todoroki. Like, Yaoyarozu was the main star and focus of this episode, but I like how it also focused on her and Todoroki. Like, Todoroki was just as important in this episode as Yaoyarozu was, but Yaoyarozu was still like the big focus of this one, and it was how both of them overcoming their weaknesses. In Momo's case, it was interesting because it was a simple fact of Momo overcoming her insecurities of how weak she thought she was, and that she basically thought she was useless to everyone around her, which, of course, is again playing into what happened at the sports festival when she didn't even stand the chance against when Tokoyami just went full straight in. But I think don't get me wrong, I understand where she was coming from, but also at the same time, I think the one thing she was failing to realize between these two situations, though, is that in that situation, it was all just a matter of trying to stand. It was all just a matter of trying to stand out to basically the big hero organizations. But in this case, it's it's life or death. So in this case, it's kind of similar to a life or death situation, and in those cases, you either sink or swim. And trust me, as a hero, you cannot have any doubts or fears. Otherwise, you will fail. And that is, I think, one thing that has been pushed constantly throughout the series, is that a hero can't have any doubts or any fears. Otherwise, they will fall to villains. And but even more so is that when their battle against Aizawa, like when the chips were down and Yonzero was finally, I guess, womaned up or manned up or whatever, and came up with a strategy that defeated Aizawa of using a similar material to basically Aizawa's scarf or capture tape or whatever, as well as using Todoroki to basically beat Todoroki's fire in order to provide as a means of saying, hey, I'm not good, as a means of saying, oh, this is like as a means of not providing Aizawa any footing. I do like how they I do like how in a way they were basically using all of Aizawa's strengths to defeat him. Like it was all these things that were used. All these things are what all these things that basically defeated Aizawa are basically the things that make him a strong hero. So it was kind of funny how Aizawa's main strengths at the end of the day ended up becoming his greatest weaknesses of this episode. So yeah, it was really funny in that case. And moving on to Todoroki and what he learned in this episode, for Todoroki and the weaknesses he had to overcome, I feel his major one was communication and trust, because, well, he did get better for this during the Stain arc and after. Well, he did get better for this during the Stain arc and after the sports festival. I think it became very obvious from his introduction that because of his past with his father, he was always had a habit of going in it solo and never really fully accepting the importance of teamwork, because importance of teamwork, like he did still work with others, I guess, in the past, like in the USJ incident and whatnot, but I got the very strong feeling in those moments that he was really only doing it. The only reason he was teaming up with anyone in that particular case was because it was to serve, unless there was a reason or a purpose for him alone to do it. But here, he was fully accepting that teamwork is a two-way street, and that in order to make teamwork work, you have to get both parties involved. And yeah, and with that, like he did it by, of course, he overcame this by actually finally accepting Yaoyarozu as a teammate, and actually he did it by accepting Yaoyarozu as a teammate, and by actually listening to basically her whole strategy and participating in her whole strategy, and I really do like that. It really proves that he's finally Todoroki as a character. We all love him, but he's finally come full circle in accepting that yes, these people around me, they are my classmates. They're also my teammates, and I need to learn to work with them rather than work with them for the greater good, rather than just work with them for my own purposes. And yeah, I really like that. Also, Aizawa, like at the end when Aizawa was defeated and whatnot, I was like, Aizawa, stop being a spoiled sport and just admit they fucking beat you. Like, they. I know it's weird to say, but Aizawa, at the end of when he was getting defeated, he was like, I chose to make this decision. I chose, like, Aizawa, just admit you fucked up and that they beat your ass. Like, yeah. But yeah, guys, that's my review. Like a really great episode this week. Like its greatest strength was focusing on a lot of the characters who we thought were almost going to get pushed to the wayside, like all these other shonen. But in the end, the series gave these characters the proper spotlight that they rightfully deserved, and it definitely showed for us. It definitely showed in this case, because just Yaoyarozu, whether it was Yaoyarozu and Todoroki or Asui and Tokoyami, like we just got these great character developments, and I can do nothing but appreciate the show for that. But but yeah, guys, that's my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, or follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Death Knight of Anime, signing off. Later, guys.